All right, now we're going.
Ready? Okay, so what I'm going to show you this morning is the polished stone technique, which is what I use to do the background on this. So Patience demonstrated this when we were at Onstage in San Antonio. Kay and her friend Erica had a big event, and Patience demonstrated this, and she put her little twist on it, and so I'm going to add a little twist too. Not much, but, and all you need are cotton balls, re-inkers, and then she added like the frost white shimmer paint and glossy paper. And let me get my glossy paper out. So this really just works on glossy paper, and to help hold it, you just put a little bit of snail on the back of it so that while you're doing your dabbing, it doesn't move on you. So I'm using 70% alcohol, and you just get your cotton ball. She said soused, I think.
Soused.
She did it. So I've just got some alcohol on there, and then I'm going to take my shimmer paint. You have to shake it up first, and then put some of it in the middle. And I probably won't be able to hold this up too well for you because it'll start running everywhere. And then I'm using Pretty Peacock, which is one of our new in colors. And so, I don't know, 4 or 5 dots of it on the cotton ball.
Around the paint or on?
Around the paint. Or 6.
It
And
looks
then-
like a snowman.
And then I'm using the Seaside Spray as one of the other new in colors. So just do a few dots of that too. Kind of in between. And another one. And then all you do is take your cotton ball, make sure you grab hold of it, and just dab it. And it just makes that background.
So pretty.
And then if you find spots that you didn't get or you want more color, you can just go back. And then you take your other, set that aside. Then you have a clean cotton ball and you just kind of dab after that. And that softens it a little bit and gets rid of any of the excess ink that's, and because you used alcohol, it doesn't take very long to dry. So now I have 2 messy cotton balls. And then the stamp set that I'm using is the Sailing Home, which is one of the new stamp sets out of the new catalog. And I've also used the Stitched, I don't remember. They're brand new
They're
too.
about 6 nesting guys. Something.
The Stitched,
20 ends.
the Stitched Pointy Ends. And there's a die set that goes with this, and that's where this little label die came
And
from.
it's also stitched.
And it's also stitched.
Nested labels.
Thank you.
Stitched nested labels.
All right, so I'm gonna stamp some sailboats. So I'm just using the same colors. I'm using Pretty Peacock for my sailboats. And I'm gonna stamp them to the right a little bit so that I have room for my sentiment. And they're overlapping a little bit because the smaller one is behind the other one. And then the sentiment, I also did in Pretty Peacock on that label. I love our new cling stamps because you can actually put the label on there and see what you're
see
doing.
where the cinnamon is.
And then I decided the sailboats needed a few seagulls. So then I took my Seaside Spray, see if I can do this without getting all inky, and added a few seagulls on there.
Cute.
That's good. All right, and then it's just a matter of putting it together. So I've got some Pretty Peacock. Oh, and I didn't bring another card base, but that's okay. You'll still see the idea. So this is dry. I mean, it's perfectly dry.
Even the paint textile? Even the paint?
Yeah, because you dabbed it off and you used it with alcohol, so yep. So I'm just putting that on a layer of Pretty Peacock. And then my sailboats I'll just put on flat. over to the right.
So glad I had 2 whole years to get sick of
And then I put my label up with dimensionals.
That's pretty, Cindy.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pass this around because you can't see like how pretty this is from over where you're sitting.
It's got that shimmer paint, just gives it a little extra.
Leslie's watching.
Hi, Leslie. And then I used some of these frosted and clear epoxy droplets just because it needed a little something. But I think it's still good enough. I didn't bring anything to put them on with, but I think it still works for a man. So I think I had one there.
I'd give that to a man.
I mean, I think, and I used the frosted ones, so
It's not sparkly.
yeah, they're not sparkly. So
Very nice.
there you go.
Very good. And the glossy paper.
And the glossy paper is retiring. So all these demos that we keep doing, so Patience did this at the event. Glossy paper is retiring. I did the uninked Spectrum pad. That's retiring.
So get them now before I ever
Yeah.
hold your peace.
I just sent it in order.
All right, I'm going to, in lieu, can you film me doing this over here? So in lieu of a second presentation, because Crystal could not be here, she had a family emergency. We are gonna go take a tour through the new
Fun.
catalog. So,
You can hold it up so I don't hit.
huh,
You can hold it up so I don't have to stand.
I'm seeing just your ear. So it needs to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You handed it to me that way. I held it the way you handed it to me. I'm
I
sorry.
know. So yes, the new catalog I've showed you. It's here. I'll have to show it. 'Cause it's really cool. And you will get your new catalog with your first order after May 2nd. So if you want this catalog as quickly as possible, order something May 2nd. You can also order a box of catalogs to pass out to your friends. But May 2nd, if you're a happy shopper, is the magic date that you can order from this. If you're not a happy shopper, you can't order from it until June 2nd. So if you have friends that want to see it, then say, well, just get your happy shopper kit and you can order straight out of it for your starter kit. So that's your new catalog. And there are, of course, lots of really pretty sweets. One thing you'll notice about the new catalog is it's a lot thinner. It's much thinner. So that means a lot of things have retired, a lot of stamp sets. But it's much more, it's easier to ship, obviously, but it's also easier on new customers, so it's not as overwhelming. I mean, there's a lot of stamp sets in there. And there's some other things that are better about it. This is one of my favorite things. If you have classes, on the colors page, they are drawing the color all the way across the row. So you don't have to wonder, like, which cardstock was that? So that's something that needed to happen. And then you'll appreciate they're showing all the design paper really nicely.
Nice.
They're showing the ribbon
Oh, yay.
all
Look at that.
pretty and big.
Yay.
Okay, and then also the embellishments are big because they were tiny
Nice.
before.
Yes. And they're not on white, so you actually can tell
Right.
what they
So
are.
it's a lot better in my opinion. There's again, you've got the colors going all the way. That's your new blending markers. And then I can't think there's any other major changes in that. Oh, the kits are at the back. So you can flip to that really fast if you're in a class.
They're all just right
the
there
new
together,
kits.
so they show
Did you
quick.
already say the bundles are at the front?
The bundles are in the front, and there is no index of.
Stamps?
There's a stamp index, but there's not a sentiment index. That's right. But there will be one online. They said so. If you're a person that loves their sentiment index,
It's a good way to save pages.
they just decided to. Okay, so the suites are listed here now. That's kind of weird, right here. So if you don't know where the suites are, they're here, and then all the colors on one page, nice and big. The first page, which is awesome. But then this is new too. Each bundle has its own little small
Oh, that's
section.
nice.
And this here is not replicated anywhere else. So if you need one more example from each bundle, go to
That's
these
nice.
pages.
I like having the bundles
So that's
there.
kind of cool. You can flip through and say, well, what sparks your attention if you're trying to, if someone's looking at things.
Didn't
Okay.
they make the embossing folders a little bit larger?
Yeah, everything is different on the embossing line. So now the folders, the framelits are all made by a new company, not Sizzix anymore. So our the cool thing about the embossing things are most of them now are perfectly sized to fit in to the stamp box.
Oh,
So you can just take them out, put them there. And now all your stuff is right where it needs. And you've got room for your little, you don't have room for the packet came in, so you
No,
can toss
right.
that to the side. And
Save
then
it for your sale.
you've got it in here. Okay, so that's fun. And then the embossing folders, they're not made by Sizzix anymore. It says made by Stampin' Up, and they're pretty much the same. I don't know if they're bigger, like the 3D, but they're called 3D embossing folders instead of
What crazy name.
texture dynamic impressions and whatever that
Whatever.
was. So we don't ever have to say that again.
Did they get rid of the Big Shot?
The Big
Yes.
Shot is retired, or it is
No longer sold by
discontinuing.
us.
So if you want a Stampin' Up! Big Shot, you have to get that before the end of.
So they're gonna replace it with something?
They are going to.
There are
We are-
plans to replace it with something, but it's not yet. It
And then
won't
what
be
about the
seamless.
Thunder thing? They said they were getting rid
It
of
is
that.
also getting retired. So,
Yay.
and they hopefully will make a new one.
Okay.
I don't love it anyway. I know some people do. If you love it, get your Stampin' Blades and your get your blades. The blades are coming.
They're gonna be
They're
back.
gonna come
We're gonna
back.
keep them through
So
September.
go ahead and
I
order
think.
them, and it'll send you an email that says we'll email you when the blades are in. There's going to be a limit of six.
I think it's 6
per-
packages per person.
6 packages per person.
Yeah, they're up in the limit.
Okay, I'm just going to show you some of the suites. This is the Verdant Garden Suite. It's a very pretty green suite of wonderful. It goes really well with the Stamparatus. And it also coordinates with Magnolia Garden. I'm going to trash
Magnolia Lane.
Magnolia Lane. I'm going to trash Tiana's wonderful display. So Magnolia, very pretty. Looks like magnolias just remind me of my grandmother because she had a pretty magnolia tree. We have Mosaic. Memorable Mosaic is the name of this. Mosaic Nude is probably the name of this. But it's got the mosaic hummingbirds, and you probably can't tell from there, but there is a,
Bring it closer so we can get a picture.
there's like a, you can come touch it later, but it's embossed with clear, so it's got a sheen to it. And it has a stamp set and a cushion folder.
I won't get you on the
Birds
camera.
are enormously popular already. Like I just go on Pinterest and try to find stuff made with new products because people have already gotten their pre-order. There's a million bird stuff out already. So this paper is divine. It is actually already watercolored for you.
Blended. I
So
think it's watercolor or blend.
they blended it and took a picture.
Yeah.
And then so just to keep it simple, I just punched this out with a punch and made a little tree. So I didn't color that at all.
That's beautiful.
It was already done. So I probably won't win the creative challenge. That's fine. We have some pretty cards made with the birds. Very nice. We have this whole cute suite of like Stampin' Up! Cute
It is cute.
crafty stuff. I love the colors. And the best thing about it, isn't that cute?
It is adorable.
So sweet and cute. And it has
Washi
washi tape that says Stampin' Up! On it. And you can tape up your new Stampin' Up! Little treat box with your Stampin' Up! Washi tape.
Put it in the back of your truck.
Yes. Yeah, leave it in your trunk for.
No, in the back of your truck that you're gonna make.
Yes. There's an embellishment kit that includes felt, lots of neat stuff.
Cute box.
And then the sail away situation. You've got this maritime theme, which is pretty. And my most favorite thing in that suite is this Sahara navy twine.
I'm excited about that.
I don't know why I'm so enamored with that, but little cute embellishments that
They've been
are
all over the floor and cleaned up.
oceans. And then we have lots of new this goes with this. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it looks like Monet Perennial Essence. That's really
What is
pretty.
that
That's yours,
creativity
isn't it?
is calling in the back?
That's the
No, the left.
that's the book we got at
Oh,
Home
okay.
Stage. I
Is
just
it just a
Oh,
notebook or
sorry.
is it a?
It's a notebook.
See,
Oh.
that's much more practical.
There's
I
a
know.
medium daisy punch.
I'm excited about that.
I got this funny sentiment set. This was my, but it says, I just didn't know what to say. I love that. There's a, remember Seaside Sketches from forever ago? They have a little manly one that reminds us of that old stamp set. Cork embellishments. We have 2 sets of, like, these are cards printed up to go with the bird set. This goes with the magnolia set, so it's like little cards. And then a balloon punch with a
Hot air
stamp
balloon,
set.
that's nice.
Lots of things to see. You can come touch and feel it all. Cindy made this pretty To a Wild Rose card. All right, anything else to see back
What
here?
is the other punch over there on the right?
This is a punch.
It
That
goes
has
with
the
the,
mosaic.
it goes with the mosaic set.
Okay, it goes with the mosaic set. Well, of course it does. See, sending all happy wishes your way.
Nice.
And we got a free one, and then I somehow ordered 2.
It also matches one of the hostess sets.
Ah.
Is it?
Oh,
Yes, and don't forget the new in color. So this is always the first thing that I purchase when I am able to get new things.
Yes.
But we
Ooh,
have,
pretty.
I think these look gorgeous together.
They are.
It reminds me of ice cream.
It does.
But we have Purple Posy, Seaside Spray. I don't even know the names yet. Rococo Rose, which is apparently an artistic period. I did not know that.
Rococo.
Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock. Love them. You will know them for 2 years, and then they will be dead to you.
Or they'll revamp that.
True, or they'll bring them back on a color refresh.
Right.
Okay, so there you go. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can just put this here. Oh, hi. Hello, people. Okay, so the make and takes are punch art, very cute, and our make and takes are always designed so you can have a class. You don't have to have a class; you can have a class with yourself. But if you want to have a class, they're a perfect way to have a class. And I'm just going to show you a few little tips about the actual make and takes. So, do you mind, Beverly, to grab me a pack of, cards off the table so I can explain some stuff to you. Dana, will you hold this to where people can see what I'm doing? Just right point it like here. You can just do it that way. Okay. Actually, I need the whole. There's 4 packs in one pile. So when you go over there, you can see there's stacks. Just grab a stack, and it's going to start with red and end with something. But you should get 4 things in your pop pack. That's fine. Yeah, just. That's not all 4. Well, I have 2 reds. That's okay. We'll get it here eventually. Yes, perfect. Okay, so you're going to need this to do all your sentiments on. Okay, it's a super simple stamping. And all your sentiments are going to be stamped in memento on this white strip. Okay, except for your golf card, so you can put that aside. And you don't have to use the stamps that I chose for the cards. We have itty bitty greetings, and so you've got a bajillion options here. And it's all memento ink. So you're just gonna open up your memento ink pad. You're gonna just stamp it, skip a little, stamp. The retirement one goes separately. You can do it. I just thought it looked better directly on the card. So you just got all your sentiments there ready to go. So obviously, when you go over to the stamping table, all you need is the strips are going to be over there. So just go stamp your strip and everything else can be done at your seat. All right, so I am going to just give you a little heads up on a few of these things. So obviously, like for this card, you're gonna cut off the congratulations. Give it a little V here. So that will be ready. All right, so how you're gonna build this airplane. I didn't have a 3/4 inch circle punch, so Vanessa brought hers today so we can finish this out. So what you're gonna do is just kind of start building it on your paper. You're gonna cut this white in half, and if you wanna share with your neighbor, you can, but you have a whole white thing in your deal. So you're gonna stick that there. And then this is gonna go, these are gonna be just snailed down, but this goes up with a dimensional. These go behind here. This goes here. And then this can go across. This is a short one, okay? And the way I did that, I don't have the punch with me, but you just take a long one and you shimmy it through there and just make it shorter. It's not complicated. But there's the short one. It's gonna go here. And then to make your little propellers, this is where Vanessa's punch comes in. You have to grab 2 smoky slate circles out of here, and they're gonna go on your deal. And then your black. And you don't need to do the propellery thing. Just use the straight black that you have in your pack. I just was messing with that and I don't like it as much. And if you like it, sorry, because this is what you're doing. Okay, so that's that card. Nothing to, just building. The only thing I put up with dimensionals is this, these, and that. And actually that circle thing, so. Okay, that's that card. Side. And then it's not hard, but I'll explain how you build your wrench. So you've got your little manly card. And what you're gonna do is start with, that seems the wrong size, doesn't it? Okay, that's really big. Well, we'll use a smaller one. Hopefully I brought the punch, we'll see. But pretend like this is smaller. You're gonna take your circle punch and go up into it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's do it differently anyway. So, hold on, you can just keep it rolling, but I'm gonna get some gray paper. This is exactly what I brought everything.
Where did that paper
That
come from?
I used to make this project because I'm using some weird. Okay. We're gonna use a smaller. All right, so we're gonna punch this. Nope. We're gonna punch. Nope. We'll get there. It's that tiny little.
I think there's one here in your bucket, Kay. Is that a
No.
circle punch?
Oh,
or
yeah.
something?
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So, and it's not from that one. Well, it can be that one.
Leaves the 1 inch.
This is what I need. All right. So first, you're gonna punch this. Then you're gonna use the 3/4 punch that.
I think it's over here on the table.
Oh yeah. Can you?
I got one right here.
Okay. So this is how you're gonna make one end of your wrench. Cool. So it's easier to do this. You do the small one than the big one. That's gonna go there instead of the big honker one that I put there. And then you're gonna use this again, and then stamp this around it. So you're gonna make like a little reinforcement, and then you're just gonna cut out the top of it to make the top of your wrench. Voila! Does that make sense? So the only thing that's in your packet is the wrench body. And then you're gonna do this, and then I lost my other one, but oh, there it is. So you're gonna stick that down with glue dots. All that goes with dimensionals, the rest of it goes down with snail. The hexagon embossing folder. So this lucky person will have everything they need. And you'll just pull out whatever sentiment you want to put on there, stick it under your wrench. Voila, there's that. Okay, then we have the golf Nope, the balloon card. All right, so we're just gonna put this down with snail. That can go down with snail. And then this is how you build your balloon bouquet. So, first thing you're gonna do is attach your yellow to your blue balloon with a glue dot. So the stamping is easy because we have to do a little bit of building here. And then you're gonna get your black twine or white twine when we run out of black twine. Let me see about how long that needs to be. So you're gonna cut 1, 2, 3. So you just need 3 black twinies. And then they're gonna go on with the glue dot. So I think the easiest way to do this, it's not hard, is you just grab a glue dot with your scissor, stick it to the back of your balloon and just smash this down on it. And then you're gonna go over here, put this down with the dimensional. Don't put the put the string on before you dimensional it. Cool. And then that little bouquet goes, the whole situation goes onto your card like that. Then you kind of pull this over, and actually, yeah, you're gonna need to do this celebrate. You're gonna need to make sure and give yourself enough white to make it go all the way across. Because that's how you're gonna kind of trap your strings. And then I just kind of got them where I wanted them, and then just stuck a glue dot there, and that traps them. Does that make sense? See? And then just make one little tie and stick a little black bow there. So that's that. Nothing complicated. That person will need to redo their sentiments. All right, and then the golf card. So all the instructions on how to do this will be in the PDF that I upload to the team page. So you'll have all the instructions on how to do this at home. But because like this little it's kind of hard to make this little thing, but I already done it for you. Just takes a little bit of fancy cutting. All right. And you're gonna need to wait to finish this card at home because I don't have the little tiny hole punch to make your hole in the golf green. This is embossed with a subtle embossing folder, so it looks like a little golf green. It's not the cutest. And this little 1/2 inch circle is embossed with softly falling, so it looks like a golf ball. And then you're building this on the white here. And then this is how you do your, there's a ruler over there, right by Debbie. Can you reach that? Mm-hmm. So you're just honestly gonna freehand this, not freehand it, you're gonna use a straight edge to draw in your, and then you can punch your hole at home. Or you can just leave the hole off.
Or you can draw it in.
You could. So you're actually gonna draw right down that green thing. Does that make sense? Cool. You can just leave it off, or you can go home and punch it. But if you can see, there's a tiny little hole punched there. If you want to do that at home. Okie dokie. So there's that card. So fun little punch art card. So just to recap, oh, and then your stamping of Enjoy Your Retirement, or whatever you want it to say, is just stamped right down onto there in Memento. So, or you can use this. I don't care. You can have it do that. Might be easier. Whatever you want to do. All right. Questions about the make and picks? No. Let's just stop. We can stop the little video here. I'll do it so I can save it.